Welcome to the Seahawkers podcast. We are live. It is Thursday night. We are doing our week 2 picks. Adam, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing pretty well, and I'm excited to make a bunch more bad decisions right here on this show. So if you're into bad decisions, folks, and bad picks, here you are.
It's one of the things we do. We make some bad picks, but we have fun doing it. We're really here to facilitate all the good picks. We've got the Snail joining us live. We've got Garen Taylor of Guaranteed Barbecue. Hey, we got Clinton Bonner in the chat joining us. Anybody new?
I got to see him tomorrow.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, gross. Yeah, we got to make a trip to the airport and a trip across the country and go to this game out in Boston.
I'm so fired up. I can't wait.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the people who are showing up in chat. I see Carly joining us. I see R. Ryan 911, our live executive producer, joining us with a $9.99 super chat. Go Hawks!
I appreciate that.
This time.
Yeah, I'm glad Ryan's got the faith because I'm not sure I do it myself here. But we're gonna give it a go because I started out well. Did you take Dolphins?
I took Dolphins just because I wanted to feel like I could maybe catch up on you by one pick, but now I'm going to have to make 3 picks up. So this could be a disaster for me. I need to stop chasing picks, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. That's just in my nature. I want to win.
Absolutely. Look, man, you're a competitor, and I don't want to curb that because it's a terrible strategy and it helps me. So keep at it.
This happens to me when you do this consistently. I just keep wanting to try to win, and it's probably going to go badly for me, but it won't go badly for the two of us if we can get people to subscribe, to like the show. We're coming up on 4,500 YouTube subscribers.
Holy smokes, man. Yeah, it's growing by leaps and bounds, and it's, kind of humbling, and we definitely appreciate it. Let's push to 5 people. Like, that would be pretty neat. Like, 5,000. That feels like a nice round number.
We'll get there. Garen, breaking the news. Well, anyone watching the game saw Tua just go down to concussion. And after throwing a pick 6 and just trying to make something happen on a 4th down, trying to get the first down to keep it going, to try and climb back. Because down 31-10 inside the red zone. And just going for diving head first on a 4th down and runs into a Bills defender. And didn't look like he was in good shape.
It's awful, man. It's awful. I don't wish that on anybody. And we all know he's been playing with fire here. And he had the healthy season last year, which was encouraging. And I think pretty much everybody was rooting for him to be able to start stacking those. And it'd be one thing if he, broke a pinky and was out 3 weeks or something like that. But, or even, an ACL or something, but another concussion. Oh my goodness. Like, you start to get really scared for the guy.
Yeah, a big bummer, and a bummer for, selfishly, I wanted the Dolphins to win to get my pick, but Skylar Thompson probably not going to be the one to get it done for the Dolphins tonight. Adam, you've got the Bills in the win column. We started that off on our Pick'em League, or on a regular show. Now we're doing our pick show. And because it is Thursday, we can go through the rest of our picks.
Yeah, let's do it. We got the Battle of the R's.
The Battle of the R's. Oh, Raiders and Ravens, right?
Arr.
So we got the Ravens at 97% favorites, 3% for the Raiders, Adam. I mean, this has to be like pretty easy, right?
Yeah, we're going Ravens here. Although I'm a big Minshew fan, and I think Pearson's gotten that defense to play good, at least last year. I didn't see exactly what they did with the Chargers last week. It sounds like that was a bit of a rock fight. But the Ravens are just too much here.
I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. Panthers, risk pick territory, Adam, but they are ranked 32nd. In the CBS Power Rankings, going up against the 11th ranked Chargers. Chargers got to go all the way across country. Adam, I know you've got to take a risk pick. Is this going to be the game?
Yeah, you got to, but I don't got to do this. That's for sure. Poor Canales. He might be out in 3 games if it continues like this. Tepper has a temper, so we'll see how that goes.
I see we got Chris Sheasley joining us here in the chat.
Love
And we are continuing through our picks. Cowboys, Saints, another risk pick game. Cowboys at home. What do we got for them in terms of power rankings? They're sixth. Did they show up that well in week number 1 that they're ranked number 6?
They destroyed the Browns. They made them look terrible.
Yeah.
Cowboys look great. Might have been the most impressive win of the weekend.
I don't know. That Saints win was pretty impressive in terms of score, but still ranked only 25th. They aren't getting a lot of credit.
Panthers.
The Browns and their defense, I know, but it is week 1 of the season, and we don't quite know these teams yet.
That's true. But with all that said, I'm going Saints here because I do have to take a risk pick, and the Saints did look good. I think they're a solid team, maybe not a great team. It's a little like I feel about the Cowboys, although the Cowboys haven't lost at home since the Kennedy assassination, but we'll see how it goes.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Don't look it up.
We got the Lions. We've got the Buccaneers, and the Lions favored heavily, 90%. This one could be a little scrappy, but I can see why everybody favoring the Lions so heavily.
Absolutely. Didn't these guys meet up in the playoffs last year? Was it Lions Bucks? Is it the Lions who sent them home?
I think so.
Yeah. So interesting matchup here. Bucks look good. Baker looked like an MVP candidate, and good for him having a little resurrection down there. But I like the Lions, man. I think that it is their year, and I love their grit, man. And they can beat you any kind of way, right? They can get to throwing the ball around. They got Montgomery, can just pound the hell out of you. They can run with speed with Gibbs. I like the receiving core as a whole. Yeah, I'm into the Lions.
Carly calling the Lions going 2-0. Garen in the chat. Are we flying out of Missoula? Yes, sir. We are flying out of Missoula on our way to Boston. Hey, Gambling Goat joining us live.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's been too long.
You know, so one of the things I don't like about this is that they have them ranked in the top 10 for power ranking. 7.5 points. If this were a spread game, I think I would be picking the Bucks within a touchdown.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, if we're doing the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might like this one as my risk pick.
It's not a bad one.
Because I just don't know if there's going to be another team within the top 10 that is this far off.
That's a good point. I think the Lions are better than Cowboys, though, and you can't scroll ahead and cheat. You got to pick.
We got to go okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the Bucks. You got the Lions. Next up, Packers at home against the Colts, and the Packers are actually they're not favored, at least in terms of the people. The people have spoken. They're going with Anthony Richardson and the Colts. I guess that has to do with Jordan Love potentially being out, maybe even likely being out.
Yeah, it sounds like Malik Willis, I guess, for the Packers, and a solid roster all the way around. I don't know, man. That scares me because I do like the Colts, the majority of their roster, and Richardson's so up and down at this point that it scares the hell out of me. But yeah, I'm going Colts here.
Yeah, I guess I'll go Colts too. But it is, if they had a competent backup, then I would probably even lean Packers. But if it's going to be Malik Willis that they're trucking out there, yeah, I have to go with the Colts.
Let me ask you this. I've heard the name Tannehill floated around a lot for the Packers for this little stint they're out with Jordan Love. If it were Tannehill today against the Colts, what would you do?
I would probably take the Packers with Tannehill over the Colts.
You know, as it kind of marinates there, I think I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that they didn't go out and make a move, but yeah, I'm with Gambling Goat. AR over Willis. Got to take the Colts.
Yeah. And look, nobody's calling up Tannehill today and being like, hey, come be our starter, except for the Packers. If they want to wait a week and see how Willis looks, I get it.
Maybe the Browns would be willing to trade Deshaun Watson to the Packers.
What else would they give the Packers?
Like a first-round draft pick?
Or 3?
Or 3?
I don't think any amount of draft picks covers up those sins. It's fun to root against the Browns because of their quarterback. And God, did he look god awful just that entire game against the Cowboys. Jags were competitive. They did, choke it up, but I'm going Jags here. Gosh, I'm with the people this week.
Well, you start to get a feel for how you think things are going to go after 1 week. It does seem like there's an awful lot of lopsided percentages going on right now. And yeah, it makes sense. I'm going with the Jaguars. I'm with you. I can't bring myself to go Browns.
Yeah.
Vikings at home. Sam Darnold revenge game against the stupid San Francisco 49ers. 93%, of course, going with the Niners, which makes a lot of sense.
It does. I mean, I want to go with the Vikings only because they did look pretty good. Sam Darnold looked pretty good. I think that had to be exciting for Vikings fans, considering that they're going to have to wait the whole year on JJ. But gosh, it's just hard to watch the Niners just dismantle the Jets the way that they did. I mean, the Jets had no chance, and they're a good football team. And I think the Jets are probably a little better than the Vikings.
We think they're good, but do we know?
We don't know about any of these teams right now.
49ers, we'll see how long they are without McCaffrey, but based on how they looked last week, it looks like, yeah, they could probably continue to be pretty good. Why is my screen being all shifty? Stop that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just trying to match your personality.
Hey, Chris going to be at the game on Sunday at Foxborough. Yes. Guess who the Pats are going to have ringing the bell?
Ooh.
They ring a bell like we raise a flag? Is that a Patriots thing?
Yeah. Don't lighthouses make like a foghorn though? Isn't like out on Cape Cod? And don't they have the lantern in the end of their stadium?
I don't know the stadium. Oh, Chris, if it's Malcolm Butler there at the stadium, that's
Look, I respect it. I hate it, but I totally respect it. That's pretty good.
That's awfully trolly. Although, is there anybody even in Seahawks there's nobody left in a Seahawks uniform from that game.
No, but that's okay. I like the petty.
All right. Seahawks, Patriots, 74%. The Patriots, as well as they did in week 1, they must have gotten some people on board because they were down at 5% for week 1. Now they're at 26%, but people still majority going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, this is exactly where I expected it to be in terms of percentages because the Seahawks didn't look great for a half. Patriots beat a team that's supposed to be good and the Bengals, who always start out slow. So it was a surprise. Yeah, 74-26. That feels right.
Jets and the Titans. This is the one Carly was thinking about going with the risk pick on after Will Levis kind of threw that game away, although their special teams had something to do with it. Jets, maybe not looking all that great, but good enough that people are still rolling with them even after the loss to the Niners. 81% going with the New York Jets.
Yeah. Look, I know a lot of people seem to think the Titans are sneaky good, and I hear a lot of Titans talk that way. I just don't get it. I don't see it at all. I think their defense is okay, but the secondary is pretty suspect. And offensively, an aging D-Hop, Burks has never done jack. Like, they brought in, who did they else did they bring at receiver? It wasn't T. Higgins, somebody like that. No. Maybe one of the Bengals. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't see it in Will Levis at all. Like, he's got to show it to me for like half a season before I believe. Like, otherwise, what he did last week is exactly what I think of him. That it just kind of reaffirms, my confirmation bias. So I'm going Jets here.
Look at these experts here. Pete Prisco going with the Titans. Will Brinson.
Wait, did you just use the term expert and then say Pete Prisco?
It has on the screen expert. Somebody, this is somebody the CBS website.
Yeah. They don't understand what expert means.
Well, they're employing him, so I think they're paying him to be an expert.
Man, I'd love somebody to waste money on me like that.
Look, this dude who went 13-3 last week has the Titans.
Okay.
Might be to something that I like the updated strength of schedule after 1 week that has both teams that lost at first. That's fun.
That is kind of fun.
All right. This might be where I can pick up a game on you. I think I'm going to go Titans.
Okay. You enjoy keep betting on Will Levis. See how that works out for you.
I tried to bet on him week 1. He should have had
Will
it.
Levis. Yeah.
He did Will Levis it. Well, Daniel Jones, there's a quarterback that you should definitely be behind when he faces the Washington Commanders.
Okay. The thing about this is that this should be closer to a 50-50. I mean, I think the Commanders defense is subpar to, without any disparaging comments towards Bobby Wagner. And I mean, the Giants look god awful.
Yeah.
Battle of the bottom of the barrel here. Yeah, I guess I'll go Commanders. I'm feeling very chalky today.
85% going with the Commanders. I can't pick against you there. As much as I want to. Division matchup. Let's see. The Commanders are barely favored despite being at home. CBS Power Rankings have them at 28th. The Giants just above the Panthers. That's the one spot you don't want to be. If you're the team that's just above the Panthers, not a good spot to be.
No, it's not a good spot to be. They were competing hard for that last spot. That's for sure.
Oh, and Pete Prisco's going with the Giants, so I'm for sure going Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. He was clearly drinking when he made these picks. That's fun.
We got the Rams. We got the Cardinals. 72% going with the Rams. The Cardinals are at 28. It's not a risk pick. We've got the snail in the chat saying the Cardinals beat the Rams. Man, oh man, would the hype be up on the Cardinals even more than it already is if they can take down the Los Angeles Rams, despite the fact that the Rams are ailing already here in week 2.
Absolutely. Look, never doubt the wisdom of the snail. Like, I'm going Cards here. The Rams are the walking wounded right now. Their offensive line, they're down to third stringers all over the place. Yeah, man. Nakua's on IR. Cards gave the Bills a nice fight for about half a game. Yeah, I like it. I'm going Cards here.
Wow, you're going Cardinals. You're going to give me the Rams to...
Yeah. Would you like the Rams? Here you go. You get to have the Rams.
I mean, I'll take the Rams. I'm not... I don't have to pick the Cardinals because this would have been one of those 50-50 games that I would have been tempted to go ahead and try and catch up. And yeah, I think I have my 3 teams now, and we'll just see how this plays out the rest of the way. But I think I'm good enough. We've got 4 games left. I can follow you if it's easy, but I see at least one game that might break between the two of us.
Okay. Well, I think we're both on the Chiefs here, even if they call it Burrowhead. I don't care. They got destroyed in the trenches, man. Destroyed. And the Chiefs look like they're firing on all cylinders right out the gate. That's annoying.
Right out of the gate. Yeah. The Bengals, until they can show me something after that first week, or they play a team that's not good, and I just expect them to win, it's going to be tough to pick them, I think.
Yeah.
Just because that offense barely moved against the Patriots. And maybe we find out that the Patriots had a good defense, but yeah, we'll see. I didn't win the Rams, I know.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny for War Chief too there. I like that. Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals have hands down the worst quarterback in the division. Betting on Kyler Murray would be like betting on the team who plays the Harlem Globetrotters to win.
Weren't they like the Generals or something like that?
Yeah, the Washington Generals.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going Generals. Against the Rams. That's how high my sports hate is for the Rams. I'm looking for every reason to pick against them.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Carly sticking with the Rams. All right. Steelers, Broncos. It sounds like we have Justin Fields for one more week. Okay. 83% going with the Steelers and Fields over Bo Nix and the Broncos. Bo Nix, he struggled. And yeah, it probably doesn't get a whole lot easier going up against that Steelers defense now.
Right. But I honestly don't think the Steelers are going to have a great time against the Broncos defense. Like, I have no faith in Fields. And I mean, it's just going to be tough for them to score points. I think this is going to be a rock fight, man. I think it's going to be an absolute rock fight. I don't know. I wish, what's the line on this? Because I bet you it can't be more than 2.5.
It's exactly 2.5.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. 2.5. The thing is, since it is at home at Mile High, it does lean me. Man, they stuck the Broncos with the 29th spot in the power rankings.
Ouch. I think they were a
Yeah.
little better than that.
It makes me feel less good about our win.
Yeah, I guess. Doesn't make me feel any less good. I'll tell you that. Just because Pete Prisco and gang here think that the Broncos are only 29th. Yeah, I think that's a little closer than that. You know what? I'm going to go Broncos. Got to have an upset here and there.
You're going with the Broncos. I was thinking about following you on this one, but I don't know. All right. Someone in chat help me out. Do I go against Adam? Do I?
You got to be your own man here, dude. Come on now. You can't be crowdsourcing your picks. That's not
I
what
can
this is
do what
about.
I want. This is why we're doing it live. I can take my live pick through the help of the chat.
I don't approve.
I have the control.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody's helping me out. I'm going Steelers. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Just at the same time I saw it from Gambling Goat.
There we go. Okay.
Bears, Texans, Sunday night football. We get the second quarterback selected from last year's draft facing off against the first quarterback selected from this year's draft. We got the Texans at 89% against the Bears 11%. Man, where'd all that hype around the Bears? Where did it go?
Exactly where it was supposed to go, in the trash bin. That offense looked exactly as I thought it might last week. It was abysmal, and it felt like Caleb was struggling to play within the structure as always, and then wasn't able to get away with a lot of the heroic stuff that he normally has, whether it's been against NFL backups or in college. So interesting to see it go down. And I think that receiver group is overrated as well. Texans looked solid last week against the Colts. Nothing to dislike. I'm a huge Stroud fan. I think that the hype about the Texans is completely real. I'm going Houston here.
Yeah, I'll be going with Houston as well. The Bears will come back down to earth. They lucked out a little bit unless they can save it again with their defense and special teams, but I think the Texans are going to be a little bit tougher than the Titans. So Monday Night Football, Eagles 98% to the Falcons 2%. Man, oh man, I'm going with the Eagles.
Did the preseason hypometer match this? Like, I feel like the Falcons Eagles would have been a pretty even pick for a lot of people coming into this season. But yeah, I want to say that Saquon Barkley is the greatest running back of the last 5 years. He's amazing. And if anything, he might be the most underrated back in the whole league, because I said the exact opposite last week and I was stupid and wrong. So yeah, I'm going with the Eagles here. And Saquon, I'm sorry, Saquon.
Saquon, he showed you, and he might be showing you again against these Falcons. Yeah, you might be tempted to take Bijan Robinson as the best back in this game, but you'd be wrong. It's clearly Saquon until he shows us something different, which, in some years he's been able to manage to stay healthy. And man, if the Eagles and Jalen Hurts can have a solid running back to pair with Hurts, Eagles could be a tough team this year.
Absolutely. Even with Jalen not looking great in the passing game against Green Bay down there in Brazil. But I don't know. I think that the year they went to the Super Bowl is the aberration for Jalen Hurts. I think he really is more of the running back masquerading as a quarterback, and it's coming back to haunt him, except for the fact Saquon can kind of make up for all that for them, which is pretty cool for them, I guess. But yeah, I think they're a tough team. The Falcons, it's hilarious to me. This is so hilarious to me.
You hate the Falcons. It's pretty close between the Dolphins and Falcons for your sports hate teams.
Yeah, they're right up there. The fans are terrible.
Outside of the NFC West, obviously.
Yeah. Fans are terrible. They were getting out-cheered badly in their own stadium playing the Steelers, like badly. That was pathetic. And the idea of Cousins was going to come back and be good right out of the gate, coming off the Achilles, and everybody saying all the skill position players are great. And it's like, maybe, we haven't seen it. So
they've got a lot of hype. Kyle Pitts had a lot of hype. Drake London has some hype.
Yeah.
But we need to see production.
Yep.
And maybe
So
we need to see it from Michael Penix.
look, one more outing like that for Kirk, and I think you're telling him, hey, man, you're clearly not physically ready. Go sit on the bench, hang out for a couple games, get yourself right. We'll throw in the rookie. I guarantee you that's what happens if he has another really bad performance.
Look at you going heavy with the home teams. Well, at the end, not so much to start. Tiebreaker. How many points you got between Atlanta and Philly?
Total combined points?
Yep.
38.
Ooh, low scoring. For maybe one of the teams like the Falcons.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, big thanks to everyone who showed up to join us here as we close this thing out. You got anything we want to hit on as let's see, injury report for the Seahawks. We saw K9 out with the oblique. Did we see injury report for Thursday yet? I probably should have pulled that up.
I hadn't seen it yet, but had seen the report on Wednesday and no practicing for K9. It makes me like 16% nervous.
Yeah, according to SI.com, I'll bring this back up. Oh, this is a different tab.
Yeah,
it looks like Walker and Fant were out again.
Okay. Maybe it's just getting used to the way that Mike talks about injuries too, because he just doesn't seem all that concerned about it. He's like, oh yeah, it's an oblique. It's, he's resting, and that's about it.
Come on, Corbin, post the actual injuries on there. He wrote a whole story.
Yeah, Corbin. How dare you?
All right.
Garen's 12% nervous. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a better number to be at.
About just in general, or about this game coming up against the Patriots?
The K9 injury.
Yeah. Well, if he does have to take a week off, I guess I'd rather it be earlier in the season than later. But
yeah, that's
because what was it? A couple of years back where he had an oblique injury, and I think he missed 2 weeks because of it.
Yeah, at least one game, if not two. Yeah.
So
he's got to slow down on them crunches, man. He's got his obliques too strong and tearing.
Or maybe he's not doing enough oblique work. He looks like he's been doing oblique work.
Yeah, it doesn't appear as if he's slacking in that category.
No.
That's for sure. Doing better than me.
Yeah. He's got all the abs. So
yeah.
But I guess obliques are different. Those are the ones on the sides. I don't even know where muscles are.
I think they come from side bends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you know more than me.
Oh yeah. No, I'm an expert.
Yeah, Dolphins coming up in 2 weeks. That injury then impacting the Seahawks. I know a lot of people were thinking, oh man, if they get blown out here by the Bills, they're going to come in a little bit angry. It could be a rough go for Skylar Thompson if he's going to be the one. Imagine that. Now, see, we probably won't see Drake May, but yeah, that could have worked out to where we have young quarterbacks all front loaded in the schedule.
Yeah, it made life a little bit easier. That's for sure. I've got a little bit of faith in Skylar there. We'll see.
Clinton Bonner reminding us, Seahawkers What If right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Seahawkers podcast. 8:30 Pacific time is when it's scheduled to roll out. We've got a fun show. Mr. Phil's got some good topics ahead for us, and we are going to be previewing the Seahawks game against the New England Patriots.
Absolutely. Look forward to hearing what you guys got, and we should probably get out of here so you can take a half hour to regroup after you put all that energy into those picks.
Oh no, what 8:30 Pacific time? I'm thinking he meant in the morning.
I don't know. I thought he meant right now by the comment.
No. I think we did a show tonight. We got to have something on the schedule for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, they just needed to clear that up for the people,
It's true. Clinton's post was not that clear. I thought he said Friday. No.
No.
Are we waiting for him to chime in?
I thought so. No, he's already chimed out. Tonight. Listen to the panic of Brandon Schultz right there, boys and girls, knowing that he hasn't really prepared for the show quite yet. Yeah.
All right. Fine. Here we go. Coming up in 30 minutes, I guess.
If you want to see slightly underprepared Brandon Schultz, here you go, guys. It'll be fun.
All right, here we go. And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to say.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. That's okay. Oh, don't bother me with your facts, logic, and reason, Jay.